Hello, everyone. I hope that you're doing great. My name is Sonia Galvez, and for today's assignment, I went ahead and surveyed three of our teachers to ensure how they use technology within their classroom. Um, all of the teachers that I surveyed are working in a high school level. I incorporated an ethnic studies teacher. He teaches ninth grade. I incorporated a math teacher. She teaches ninth grade, and then also a science teacher that teaches 10th grade. I made sure to ask them 10 questions just to get a better understanding on how it is that technology is used within their classroom. Question number one read, how do you use technology in your classroom? And all of the responses were very similar. A lot of them agreed that they need technology to use it for projectors, to incorporate to present the assignments from Google Classroom onto the board so that everyone's able to view it. And then also for the math teacher uses it a lot as well. I really find it really exciting because they said that they use it for different activities and games, especially for them, just to keep the students more engaged. I asked the students, how do you often use technology? The teachers, how do you often use technology in your classroom? And they all said that they use technology daily, and it is imperative that they do it. Um, some of them, and then the students, teacher directed every day, and then student guidance once or every 2 weeks. How will you ensure that all students, including EL and diverse learners, will be engaged as they use technology? This question was really important to me because I wanted to ensure that our diverse learners and our EL learners were being supported with them. So all of them agreed that they provide translation services. Either they do the translation for the students, or the students are able to use the technology, such as their Chromebooks or the iPads that we have, to go ahead and provide those translations for them. Also, right here at the bottom, they said that they're also able to incorporate that audio function to the students' screen just to ensure that they are reading it for them as well. How will this technology empower students to take control of their own learning? I love this. A teacher said that it creates a trust between the teacher and the students because it makes the students accountable. They're able to go ahead and create different work, and they're able to submit it as podcasts, videos, slides. I even saw last year like some students were submitting TikToks, which was really exciting. Another one, students are able to use this technology as self-paced mechanism, and they're able to work at their own pace. And this is especially true, especially for our like diverse learners or learners that need a little bit of more time. Um, Another one here at the bottom, I really like that she said that they always use technology and that it forces the students to empower themselves and their own learning. So some of our EL students were noticing that they're relying less on technology for those translation services, and they're able to try harder, and they want to try harder to get it better. How does technology align with the school and class mission and vision? So they all agreed that it is a great tool for all of the students to learn, where they could remain engaged in the classroom and just make it fun and educational for them. How can you combine that technology and other tools to grow learning? So they've mentioned reading, video, playing, review games, researching. Just use it as a tool. And they want to use the technology as more like a creative tool to keep them engaged. What other competencies must your students have in order to use the certain technology? So a lot of times the teacher said that they need to be able to know how to navigate the internet, right? Or how to check for understanding. Google Suite is huge because a lot of the work that they submit is on Google Suite. So I know that they have to be able to navigate Google Docs, slides, and sheets, as well as the math teacher incorporated that it is so important that they use calculators. What are some of the favorite websites or that or apps that they use in their lessons? They talked about Gimkit, Kahoot, Edpuzzle, Slides, Dan Ryan's 3 Act lessons. So it's just so many of them that they incorporate. For those students that are not so familiar with the technology, what support can you provide for them while being in the classroom? Some of them suggested that we use a pair share buddy, where they're able to work together and work on the assignment themselves. They also sit with them one on one, and then they have the ability to just talk to their teacher or use their book as well. So, this is like the most fun question. If you could incorporate any kind of technology in the classroom, regardless of the budget, what would it be? So, they talked about cameras, online resources, microphones, headphones, iPods, and Nearpods. We do have in our school, we have iPads, but they're very limited. But a lot of teachers are voting for those iPads and the smart board. So it was really exciting to see what kind of way teachers are incorporating technology within their classroom. And it's all to become innovative. It's all to remain the students engaged in the classroom, and they just want them to use this technology to be able to track the students' growth academically. But then also the great part about technology is that they are able to pause if the students need to pause, or they meet the students where they are based on their needs. So that's why I think technology is so amazing, and we can see that a lot of our teachers are agreeing with that. The next survey that I conducted was an all about you survey. I was able to we needed 5 students for this. I was able to go ahead and give it to my 5 students, but they were so engaged in the lesson that with the survey that an additional 2 students asked if they could become part of the survey. So I said yes. The more answers, the merrier. So I was able to go ahead and survey 7 students with some very simple questions. I will go ahead and show you based on the graph here. So I asked them 8 different questions to try to gauge a little bit about them. Some of the questions that I asked is, what was your name? What are your preferred pronouns? This 3 to 5 objectives to describe yourself. Outside of the classroom, what type of learning do you enjoy the most? Another question is, what type of accommodations, if any, would you need in the classroom? Please explain the best way to make you comfortable within the classroom setting. What is something that people don't know about you and that you wish they knew? How would you describe your family? For example, who do you live with? Where does your family come from? What is your background and what is your culture? And on a scale of 1 through 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, how comfortable are you with using technology? The students that I sent this survey to are either my EL students, my EL and my students in my bilingual language arts class, or my students in my ESL class. I love the survey because as I was walking around the classroom, I saw that a couple of students pulled it up on their Chromebook and they immediately did the translation of the survey. So I reached over and I realized that the questions were in Spanish. So it was just really nice how they're able to go ahead and advocate for themselves and see what needs that they need. That way they could incorporate it. So even though the questions were in English, a couple of them did respond the questions while the survey was in English, and then also a couple of them were to respond to the survey while the survey was in Spanish. You could see some of my responses are in Spanish and in English, so that just gives me a little bit more gauge of what students are more comfortable with Spanish and what students are more comfortable with English. The responses were really exciting and really awesome to read because some of these students are students that I've been teaching. This is my second year or third year that I've been with them, so it was just really nice just to be able to learn a little bit more. Sometimes in the classroom they're a little bit more quiet, so I was able to learn more about them. As far as technology, the students are very comfortable with technology. The lowest grade that I received is a 7. And that's really high. A lot of them, anytime that we have anything to do on the computer, they don't ask. I just tell them, go on Google Classroom, go under week 26, and you'll be able to find it. Students are ready to go. They are immediately ready to start working. So, as far as the other questions, I was able to understand a little bit better of their background if they needed any accommodations, as far as, for EL services or like IEP as well. So, I was able to gauge that. And then I was also able to gauge their writing style. A couple of them did ask me what adjectives were. And I know that we definitely covered that. So, it served a little bit as a reminder. So, I was definitely able to pick up a lot of information based on this survey, just to better going ahead and service them. Thank you very much.